Headed out this morning to pick up a truck from a friend of mine. Gonna clean it up for him to supposedly used to run Moonshine. This should be interesting. Here she is in all her moonshining glory. Yeah, I'm a little dubious. Inline 6. Yeah, she's definitely seen better days, but we're gonna attempt to clean her up. Wonder how many coats of paint's on this thing. A couple. Let me get this strap down and get out of here. Oh, she sure is a looker, huh? Not sure what I've gotten myself into this time. Moonshine truck. Well, this is definitely in my wheelhouse. We've got moss growing on it, so that's matches most of the vehicles I get. Yeah, that's some good growth right there. I'd say it's been sitting for at least 20 years to have that much on it. Multiple coats of paint and duct tape. Is that just a dent that they duct taped and then... Yeah, I don't know what that is. Pressure washer will probably take that off though. That's some custom work right there. Looks like the floors have had some work. Probably needs some more work. Nice aluminum pop rivets. We got a stereo over there. It's the optional hole for brake cooling. Wood bed delete makes it more aerodynamic, a little lighter. That's interesting. There's a glass bottle down there in the suspension. Yep, that is a bottle, all right. It's even got the cap on it still. Looks like in addition to our glass bottle suspension, we've also got Budweiser suspension. Still no sign of the Moonshine though. Rolling on its own. You don't want me to toss it? Oh, okay. This is the highest point. It's not that bad. It's really attracting the flies for some reason. I actually like this look, only without the moss and lichen, but I think most of this white paint is probably going to come off with the pressure washer, especially all this. I mean, it's just, yeah. Okay, that's the paint chips that you don't want to eat. All right, let me spray on some Fabuloso. This is just a mix of Fabuloso and water. You want to hit it with the pressure washer. It's got a little bit of soap in it. All right, take a good look. This is our before. I think it looks better. Yeah, I'd say a little bit of that paint came off. Well, that white paint's holding on a lot better than I thought it would. I'm gonna go ahead and use some of this Armor All wash and wax. Why, you say? Because I won it at a car show, one of those raffles. It was 6 tickets for $5. I got a whole bucket full of stuff. So seriously, the goal with our soapy water here is to try and get rid of this black. This is like mildew on top of the paint. And in some places, the pressure washer did not get it off. So I think I could probably loosen it up with this and then hit it with the pressure washer again, and it'll come off the rest of the way. Now it's not really bad here, but give you a look here. This, all that black stuff should come off. Probably what it really needs is sandpaper, but I don't think I'm going to be sanding this truck down. I'm not at any rate. Yeah, you can really see it on this one. See how it does? It actually just it comes off. It's like mildew. Maybe some bleach would be better. Let me show you what I'm doing here. Just gonna take some of our Ultra Cut compound. And then smear it around. This is a kind of a cheap polisher from Harbor Freight with a cheap pad on it. See if I can make a nice line here. All right, so it's still kind of hard to tell, but 1 second. Got a shop rag with some water on it. I'm just gonna wipe that off. Cloth there, and hopefully you can see the difference. Here's the difference here. You can see how it's really black and nasty. And this won't scrub off. I did try. Next I'm gonna go ahead and this rust here that's come through the white paint, there's no getting rid of. So there's no getting rid of this rust, and this is kind of an extreme case. But with some vehicles that aren't, you know, anywhere near as, they don't have like all the rust holes that this one has, you can get this patina off of here if this is just too much of a rust look for you. I remember this, most of this truck looked like this. Take a watch and let's see if we can get this off of here. I think we can get this a little bit more, maybe clear all this out of here. A little bit more compound. Maybe not. Let's hit this area here. Now this, the paint's coming off. This is why you use cheap pads from Harbor Freight, not expensive ones. And we're just going to hit all of this with some water and wipe it down. So there's your difference. It's a little bit better. It's not great, but it's definitely looks a little bit better. And as usual, trying to make this thing look better than it was when I got it. There's actually a pretty dramatic difference in color here. Yeah, there's a little bit of a difference, huh? I think it's time to rip this Band-Aid off, and it's probably just like a real Band-Aid, it's gonna hurt. Alright, duct tape. That's not so bad. Why did they do this? I'd have just left it. Not a whole lot I can do here. I guess I'll just hit it with some super clean and vacuum it. That's just pretty gross. Wow. I kind of thought that it was brown. Turns out it's not. Oh, that's gross. I don't know what my back looks like right now. I was just sitting on that. I have hit this with a polishing wheel as much as I'm going to, so now I'm going to use some of this Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Wax. You simply spray on, rinse off, and dry. What you're supposed to do is wash the vehicle and then spray it on and wipe it off. So I'm just going to use this and basically rinse it off with some water and then spray it down and kind of follow the directions my own way. Might be just a little windy for this today. Now we're just gonna dry it off. Easy enough. Let me get the rest of it. Time to see if this old Moonshiner will actually run. Get a little bit easier to get it back on the trailer. I think we missed some rust. Well, if there's any gas in that fuel tank, it's long past its due date. So we're just going to disconnect the fuel line here, hook a piece of hose to it, and maybe use that old Yoo-hoo bottle and use that as a little temporary gas tank. All right, I think our Yoo-hoo bottle is going to work, and we do need to hook the battery up. Definitely going to need to hit the old jump starter, and you guys will get to see whether or not we got a big ball of flame or whether or not this is going to work. See, are we sucking up any gas? Oh yeah. Yeah, we've sucked up all of the gas. We put more gas in it. Wish they had bought a bigger Yoo-hoo bottle. Let's try this again. It ran on its own for a minute. Let me turn that off. There, that's better. Now we'll actually be able to move the thing. I mean, it doesn't have any brakes or anything, but I mean, details. It almost stayed running until I could get to the camera. So I'm kind of out of time with this truck. It's time for it to go back. And, well, it's a neat truck. If it were mine, here's what I'd do. This white paint is probably flat white. And believe it or not, this green really shines nicely. I think if it were mine, I'd probably go much harder on that white paint. And try and get a lot more of the white paint off and get back to that green. That's probably what I would do. And of course, there's quite a bit of rust repair. The interior, the floors aren't actually as bad as I thought they were. I think if you took that seat out and rebuilt it or just replaced it and really cleaned up the rust here, this is actually pretty solid. So you can clean that up and POR 15 or something like that, and the interior would then be usable. Obviously, I really wasn't going to do much to the bed because they left some trash in here, and well, I'm not the trash man. I might look like one, but I'm not. Need some new wood, but you know, the bed sides really aren't horrible. If you look here, you won't see any rust through in that bed side. or in this bedside. So sometimes things really look worse than they actually are. It's not a bad truck. It's not a bad truck. It's worth bringing back to life. I mean, you could throw a ton of money at it, or fix a few things, work on it for a while, and, you know, make it something fun to drive around. That's what I'd do. I thought for sure there was no way they used this thing in moonshining, but I just got a photo. It wasn't used for running moonshine, it was used for carrying the still around. That makes a whole lot more sense. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all down the road. Oh, that's working. That's much better. And of course the plane's flying over, but checking out a new camera. We'll see how well it does video. Here's your first look at the next one.